My name is Natalia Karayaneva, and I'm the founder of Propy, the company that adopts blockchain technology for real estate. First, let me start with my background. I'm a serial entrepreneur currently living in Menlo Park, before in Dubai, Russia, Bulgaria, and a bit in Oxford. My 12 years of experience as a real estate developer gave me the opportunity to execute thousands of purchases for buyers from different countries. I started my first company when I was 20 years old. It was a web design studio, and then I transformed it into a real estate development company, starting to acquire parcels and selling them, constructing properties and selling them to foreign buyers. The market size of real estate is enormous. It's $217 trillion, and 75% of this is residential properties, our homes. $900 billion is the value of real estate trading annually. 1/3 of these are represented by cross-border deals, the area which is most inefficient today in real estate. While the real estate market represents half of the mainstream assets in the world, it is extremely illiquid. So with blockchain, we help to make the market more efficient and more liquid. In the last 20 years, the internet played its role for enhancing the real estate market. And under the PropTech one, we saw the billion-dollar company like Zillow, Zoopla, to help us to connect with brokers to find information about real estate. Then, with the popularity of shared economy, smart buildings, we saw the new wave of PropTech 2 and new billion-dollar companies like Airbnb and WeWork have appeared. Now we see the upcoming PropTech 3, where technology will play its role to make the real estate a part of e-commerce. FinTech overlaps the PropTech in the sense where real estate could be enhanced, helping some areas of real estate to be transacted online. So these are the property sale, lease, mortgage, data sharing of IoT devices and buildings. These areas that we will see lots of changes, where technologies as artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and blockchain will change them. All the areas I have just described have many inefficiencies, and currently consumers have pains. Here's the example of one of the fraud case where today the National Association of Realtors promote this wire fraud alert to the brokers and buyers all over the states. When a buyer could receive a fraud wire instruction and send millions of dollars to a wrong account number, and title insurance currently cannot cover these losses, while currently the title insurance is a $10 billion market. It's also important to mention that PropTech sector is about $50 billion today. It has acquired about 15% of venture capital so far, as per the research of the University of Oxford. Experiencing all these fraud risks made the real estate participants like brokers, sellers, and buyers to not trust each other. And this is where blockchain plays the best role to solve the trust issue. Here are the 3 applications of blockchain that we can offer for real estate market. First of all, the immutability and decentralization characteristics of blockchain ledger could definitely enhance the title transfer or other ownership transfer as of data or property to occupy, right to occupy, right to build. Then when it comes to more complicated transactions and we need not only to use the ledger but also to execute certain amounts of conditions for a transaction, Ethereum smart contract could be the best solution to apply. Tokenizing real estate could help to democratize the financing of real estate projects. The recent months were very intensive in announcing of ICOs, mainly for companies that are related to blockchain and cryptocurrency, which were raising and still raising the capital based on white papers. However, we will see more real estate projects to announce ICOs, as we have seen already one few weeks ago. A real estate development company has announced an ICO for a $400 million project here in the US. Token could represent a share of such a real estate development company or a service of a property management company. As of now, we neglect the applications of blockchain for cryptocurrency payment and for peer-to-peer ownership transfer for sales because it's yet illegal. Certainly, there are limitations of blockchains. Today, about 8 to 12 minutes needed to make a transaction in Bitcoin and about 17 seconds to make a transaction using Ethereum. However, it is not relevant for the real estate where a purchase ownership transfer usually takes about a month and a lease agreement would need about several hours at least or days. Also, when it comes to the cost of the transaction, execution, complicated smart contracts could be costly. However, again, it's not relevant for the real estate market. So real estate is actually a great area to use this technology. Here are some examples of the first players that are adopting blockchain technology to real estate since last year. The companies, mining companies, blockchain companies such as Bitfury, Consensus, Factum announced side projects to address title transfer management solutions. My company, Propy, we use Ethereum smart contract in order to simplify the remote real estate purchases where we execute not only title transfer, but also deposit payment, paperwork, and cross-border payments. Deloitte has recently announced a product that will facilitate the lease agreements. Several countries since last year have announced that they will adopt the technology for their land registries. First was Sweden last year with ChromaWay. They started testing the blockchain ledger to avoid manual mistakes. Then countries like Ukraine, Georgia, Honduras, they also announced to develop proof of concepts mainly to address another problem, corruption, where certain people could access the land registry database and transfer ownership to other certain people close to the government. Then United Arab Emirates and UK have recently announced that they are looking and researching the application of blockchain to the land registry. In the US, one of the counties in the state Georgia has announced with Velox to test the technology for their title transfer. Last year, Deloitte also has introduced a new prediction of the market. The real estate is blockchain is the game changer for the real estate industry. And it made a survey of the real estate participants about the awareness of the technology. So as we see this year, nearly a quarter of the participants of the real estate market are ready to implement this technology. My company is receiving requests from large corporations like Jones Lang LaSalle, 500 Fortune company, to apply this technology to make the real estate purchase possible entirely online. We're also having requests from escrow companies that are facing the problems of frauds. So following our example, we hope that more startups, more investors will join this sector, and together we would create a collaborative ecosystem where governments would also help us to make the real estate purchase really fast and made it a part of e-commerce. Thanks. Thank you.